Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum to all of you and a very good morning. My name is Shayan Fatma and I'll be your host for the day. We are here today in attendance of this webinar conducted by the IEEE ZUFESTM student branch in collaboration with IEEE Young Professionals Karachi section to learn about bioeconomy, a sustainable future for economic development of Pakistan. So now the question is, what exactly is bioeconomy? And what is its relation to biotechnology? How does it operate and influence the environment, our income, employment, and the market? What are its areas and what are its advantages? Today, to answer all these questions and many more, we have with us Dr. Asma Ansari, the Assistant Professor at Dr. Aga Khan Institute of Biotechnology and Genetic Engineering, University of Karachi. Dr. Asma Ansari is a PhD in biotechnology and has 15 years of hands-on experience in wet lab research and development and has been engaged in research in the field of microbiology, biotechnology, and nanotechnology. Not only that, she has been awarded with several Young Researcher and Best Research Paper Awards in national and international conferences. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Asma Ansari.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Shayan Fatma. Shayan, could you allow me please to share my screen?
Yes, it's sharing already.
No, I can't share my screen.
Okay.
You have to allow me.
Just give me a second, okay?
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Shayan Fatma, for giving me a brief introduction. Now, I know all of you know little about me, as you have to bear me for approximately next 60 minutes. I am Dr. Asma Ansari, serving as an assistant professor at Dr. A.Q. Institute of Biotechnology and Genetic Engineering, University of Karachi. Before formally begins the session, I would like to... Kindly mute your mic. All the participants are requested to mute your mic. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Before formally begins the session, I would like to acknowledge and want to say thanks to the organizers of this webinar series. First of all, Ziauddin University Faculty of Science, Engineering, Technology and Management, Branch Counselor, IEEE, Engineer Shfaq Baloch, IEEE Young Professionals Karachi, and the student branch of ZUFESTM, and my dear colleague, Dr. Faria Ibrahim, in charge Biotechnology programs ZUFESTM, for giving me this opportunity. Congratulations, all of you, for this initiative of webinar series, as webinar are the great ways to scale your communication. Now, without any further delay, we come to our today's topic, that is bioeconomy, the challenge of the century for stakeholders nowadays. Development of science and technology creates new opportunities. Bioeconomy is one of the fastest growing sector of the economy nowadays. Bioeconomy has become an important area of interest and is the implementation of various policies. Before going in the detail of bioeconomy, we must know about biotechnology. I know all of you are well known aware with the term biotechnology, as biotechnology is not a new discipline, but it is advancing by leaps and bounds and becoming more and more applications in our day-to-day lives, from pharmaceutical industry to food production and the treatment of polluting waste. And the scientists are exploring this field and try to determine how far it might go in the future. Now, questions arises in our mind that what is biotechnology for bioeconomy? Biotechnology is one of the key enabling technologies to sustain a new green and sustainable economy, that is bioeconomy. Biotechnology offering solutions for an efficient and sustainable production of plant and microbial biomasses, production of bioenergy from waste, and environmental protection and safety. Another aspect of biotechnology for bioeconomy is to transform developing and least developing countries into industrialized one. Biotechnology could be deployed along with the value chain to provide support to the development of bio-based industries in such a way to ensure sustainability of the sector and to reduce negative environmental impacts that might otherwise occur. By definition, the bioeconomy, often referred to as bio-based economy, and encompasses new transformation of agriculture, food, and bio-based industries. Or we can say that sustainable production of bio-based resources and their conversion to food, feed, bioenergy, and bio-based materials. This is the general perspective of the bioeconomy, that how bioeconomy works. Bioeconomy starts from the production of biomass from soil, water, or culture media, and you can utilize these biomass and convert into different products using these technologies. And the product can be food, feed, fiber, fuel, and fun. This is basically a general concept of bioeconomy. Now I have a small video clip for you people to better understand the concept of bioeconomy, that from where the bioeconomy starts and how it works. I hope you will enjoy.
What do we mean when we talk about the bioeconomy? To break it down, the term bio refers to any living thing, while economy means the making and usage of goods and services by those within a country or region. So the bioeconomy is an economy based on renewable biological resources. These resources may be converted into food, feed, bio-based products, or bioenergy. There are three key areas to the bioeconomy: growing bio-based resources, turning these resources into bio-based products and services, and using bio-based waste to make new products or services. Let's start by looking at growing bio-based resources. This could include crops, including cereal crops like maize, corn, barley, but also fungi, seaweed, and algae, or animals, farm animals and fish, but also bees and worms, or microorganisms like bacteria and yeasts, and even cells, both human and animal. Next is turning these resources into bio-based products and services. This could include food products for human or animal consumption, byproducts from food production for plastics or fuel, energy via bio-oils, chemical products derived from plant sources, algae or microbes to clean water supplies instead of chemicals. And lastly, we can use bio-based waste to make new products or services. Food waste can be used to create energy to power our homes and businesses. Agricultural waste can be processed into sugars for use in making medicine. And even empty pea pods can be used to make tiny carbon particles for use in electronics. A bioresource can appear in any or all of the three key parts of the bioeconomy. For example, a cereal crop like barley can be used as animal feed or processed to make alcoholic drinks. The straw that is left behind after the barley harvest can be used to generate energy. Algae and seaweed can be used as animal feed in an untreated state. Once processed into extracts like agar, carrageenan, and alginate, they become important ingredients in foods, cosmetics, and medicines. The waste materials left behind after seaweed processing can be used in anaerobic digesters to create biomethane for energy. Whether it's food, fuel, or energy, they can all be produced using renewable, bio-based products. The potential for growth in all these areas means a growth in potential career options. The bioeconomy includes multiple industries, so the job opportunities are diverse. These roles and many more are all found in the bioeconomy. By 2050, nearly 10 billion humans will live on Earth. They will consume 40% more energy and 50% more food. For the health and the wealth of our society, we need to move away from fossil fuels and live sustainably. A replacement for many oil-based products can be found within the bioeconomy by making more use of bio-based resources and by moving away from a take, make, use, discard model to a take, make, use, recycle approach. Our way of life will be sustainable for the planet, for us, and for future generations. The bioeconomy is the future economy.
Okay, from this video, we also get the concept that, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, from this video, we also get the concept that biotechnology is not only the key for bioeconomy, but it also involves some other professions too, such as chemists, mathematicians, statisticians, engineer, and others too. Now, why there is a need of bioeconomy? Why we need bioeconomy? Feeding a growing population is one of the major challenges of the 21st century. A global bioeconomy must rebuild natural capital and improve the quality of life for a growing world population. It should balance managing common goods such as air, water, soil with the economic expectations of people. Now, what is circular bioeconomy? It is a new economic model that emphasizes the use of renewable natural capital and focuses on minimizing waste, replacing the wide range of non-renewable fossil-based products currently in use. Or we can say that a circular bioeconomy is an economy powered by nature. This is a general concept of circular bioeconomy, that how circular bioeconomy works. If we have a raw material, we can process it using different technologies, then we get a product. The product can be recycled and can be used as a raw material for the processing of other products too. This is a general concept of circular bioeconomy. By definition, circular bioeconomy, when we combine linear economy with the circular bioeconomy. Circular economy is basically what should be done, and bioeconomy is how it can be done. This is the concept of linear economy. Take, make, and dispose. However, in circular bioeconomy, take, make, use, and recycle. This is the main difference between circular bioeconomy versus linear bioeconomy. When we combine circular economy with the bioeconomy, then circular bioeconomy comes. That result in circular bioeconomy that can be applied in different areas such as agriculture, forestry, climate, energy, waste, water management, and all this, and resulted in the production of clean energy. Now, when and where the concept of bioeconomy comes, feeding a growing population is one of the major challenges of 21st century. However, 200 years ago, it was this very same challenge that initiated the foundation of University of Honeam, Germany in 1818. 3 years earlier, in 1815, the volcano Tambora erupted in Indonesia. This local geological event had tremendous impact on the global climate. The eruption ejected huge quantities of ash into the atmosphere, causing 2 summers without sun. Similarly, in Europe, lower temperature led to poor crop growth, resulting in famine and riots. Famine is basically an extreme scarcity of food, and riots, you can say that when there is a shortage and unequal distribution of food, it's called food riots. On November 2018, founded an agriculture education and research station with the aim of contributing to regional food security, educating farmers, and developing better agriculture production methods. Since then, the University of Hohenheim, Germany, has grown continuously, and research and education is still focused on societal and environmental challenges such as food security and climate change. Building on this basis, the bioeconomy has recently emerged as a leading theme for all nations. Some questions which I hope starts popping in your mind that when we start bioeconomy and what does a sustainable future mean? How can we succeed in reconciling ecology and economy? Are sustainability and economic growth a contradiction in terms of, or can they go hand in hand? Can we combine the great need for biomass with the responsible handling of available resources? How can we secure our prosperity at the same time assume international responsibility? Now, the answer of these questions is sustainable future. Sustainable development has been defined in many ways, but the most frequent definition is from our Common Future Brendan report published in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. I like this definition most. Sustainable future or sustainable development is a development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of our future generation to meet their own needs. This is basically a sustainable future. The bioeconomy as a task. Research and innovation policies are a key to answering these questions. They set the course and establish framework conditions to enable science, industry, and society. That is a concept of science diplomacy, to develop smart solutions and allow stakeholders to work together to initiate structural changes aimed towards a bio-based and sustainable economy. Technology and the engineering sciences have helped the industrial nations to extract and exploit metal ions, mineral, oil, natural gas, and coal. Now, the advantages of bioeconomy. The bioeconomy provides solution to the main challenges facing humanity, which are approximately linked to the climate change, ensure food security and reduce hydric stress, means water shortage. Hydric stress is basically a water shortage such as flooding, pollution, and ecosystem changes. Sustainable management of natural resources to avoid overexploitation, reduce dependence on fossil fuels, and promote renewable energies. Another advantage of bioeconomy is to develop actions aimed at mitigating and adapting to climate change. That is a main challenge faced by some countries. And Pakistan is in the list of that 10 countries that are facing the climate change nowadays. Create green jobs and maintain productivity and competitiveness. Reduce greenhouse gas emission. And you are well aware with the greenhouse gases emission that include methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and ozone. Are you people with me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Now, what kind of innovation policy does the bioeconomy need? There is a growing interest in the potential of bioeconomy to support human progress within planetary boundaries. Planetary boundaries is a concept involving Earth system processes that contain environmental boundaries. The framework is based on scientific evidence, that human actions since the Industrial Revolution have become the main driver of the global environmental changes. Now, what are these planetary boundaries? Support human progress we need within planetary boundaries. And the planetary boundaries include climate change, biosphere integrity, both functional and genetic, land system change, freshwater use, biogeochemical chemical flaws, ocean acidification, atmospheric aerosol pollution, ozone depletion, and the release of chemicals. These are our planetary boundaries, and we have to work for the support of human progress within these planetary boundaries. Why are these planetary boundaries are important for us? The boundaries simply define the regions of global environment space that if human activities push the Earth system into that space, it would lead to unacceptably deleterious consequences for human as a whole. Now, we come towards the area of bioeconomy. The main areas of biotechnology includes agriculture biotechnology, environmental and industrial biotechnology, and medical biotechnology. At KIBGE, we are working on all these three areas of biotechnology. It means that we are in the right direction. Aim of bioeconomy is to use biological methods to facilitate your traditional economy. And this is your traditional economy: agriculture, aquaculture, climate and environment protection, wood and cellulose industries, food industry, energy industry, chemical and pharmaceutical industry. Many bio-based industries around the world put a lot of effort in practicing and circulating these traditional economic industries. Bioeconomy is divided into two areas depending on the volume, not the value. Major areas and the minor areas. Major areas of bioeconomy includes global food security, sustainable agricultural production, healthy and safe food, industrial use of renewable resources, and biofuels made from biomass. These areas are on the basis of volume. And the minor areas include pharmaceutical industry, cosmetic, paper and pulp industry, energy, chemical, and textile industry. Now, we can better understand the pyramid of bioeconomy that is based on bioeconomy value. In this pyramid, you can say that pharmaceutical and other low-volume chemicals are at the top, then food, biopolymers, bulk chemicals, and energy. Okay? Pharmaceutical have a high value as compared to food, but they require in low volume. Similarly, energy have a low value, but it require in a high volume. This is the bioeconomy's value pyramid. Now, the question arises in our mind that does the bioeconomy supports the achievement of sustainable development goals? I assure that all of you are well aware with the concept of SDGs. The answer is yes. Yes, bioeconomy supports sustainable development goals in many ways. There are some parameters in bioeconomy that related to sustainable development goals, including food security and nutrition, health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, responsible consumption and production, climate action, and the life below water, life on land. These are all the parameters that relate bioeconomy to sustainable development goals. Now, we will discuss some areas where bioeconomy is involved one by one. Here are many pathways by which the bioeconomy could influence health. Pharmaceutical derived from natural products are important in health care. And from 1940 up till now, greater than 50% of all small molecules for cancer treatment approved by US Food and Drug Administration were either natural products or derived directly from the plants. Now, sustainable bioeconomy in food and feed. Reconciling the demand for bioenergy to replace fossil energy with the increasing requirement for sufficient food to satisfy the growing world population might be challenging. Approximately a review of 75 studies assessing the competition between food, feed, and fuel suggests the need to prioritize strategies to increase food production over those for animal feed or biofuel to address food insecurity. Options to improve competition include reducing food loss and waste, planting bioenergy crops on marginal lands unsuitable for food crops, and dietary shifts to reduce consumption of animal source food in countries with high rates of consumption. Reducing sugar consumption is good for public health and could also offer the potential to increase bioethanol production without competition with food production. Besides these, innovation in food and feed will be necessary to advance the bioeconomy. One example of such innovation is future food, which include microproteins, insects, culture media, spirulina, chlorella, sugar kelp. Spirulina and chlorella are the cyanobacteria and the algae, green algae basically, and sugar kelp is a brown algae that can be used as an alternative for the food. Emerging evidence suggests that future foods can provide a full spectrum of essential macronutrients and micronutrients, marking them better alternatives for food sourced from animal than from plants. More needs to be known about the bioavailability of nutrients. One example is sugar kelp. Sugar kelp is a yellowish-brown marine algae widely cultivated and eaten in Asia and growing in popularity in the US as a nutritious food high in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Sugar kelp has long been known as a sweetener and having thickening and gelling qualities that can be added to food and cosmetics. All the future foods assessed except sugar kelp show a similar or higher dry matter protein content than plant source and animal source food and can provide essential amino acids. Protein-rich biomass can be produced via the direct air capture of carbon dioxide with the use of bacteria that oxidize hydrogen and renewable electricity in a closed system independent of local climate. The protein yield per unit land area that can be achieved by this technology is several times greater than the from soybean production with approximately 1/10 of the water use. Now, sustainable bioeconomy in livestock and crop production. Agriculture sector is the major contributor of bioeconomy of Pakistan, as all of you know that. It contributes about 18.9% to its GDP and employ 42.3% of the labor force. GDP is a most commonly used measure of economic activity. It's a gross domestic product and represents the total monetary value of final goods and services produced within a country during a period of 1 year. This is how livestock and crops work circularly. Human consumption depends on the rearing animals, then livestock and waste management generated from these animals. Additional input for organic farming include mycorrhizal fungi and some green algae and brown algae production that resulted in high nutritional value of food. Then we get food and medicines from these plants that was utilized with the human consumption, and in this way, livestock and crop production production work circularly. This is another example that how can we relate agriculture biomass. Agriculture biomass is responsible to produce functional additives or plant polysaccharides that can be utilized as a functional products for the production of bioplastics, bio-based energies, and engineering processes, and resulted in the production of energy, construction, automotive, and all this. This is an example of agriculture biomass. Now, bioplastics. When we talk about bioeconomy, then few things arise in our mind: biofuels, bioplastics, biogas, biodiesel. We discuss these things one by one, and we see that how these things are applicable or not. Bioplastics offer a fossil fuel-free alternative to conventional plastics, but their socioeconomic and health implications are currently unclear. A study evaluating the toxicity of 43 commonly used bio-based or biodegradable compounds or both together with their precursors found that 67% of the samples induced baseline toxicity, 42% induced oxidative stress, and 23% induced anti-androgenicity and osteogenicity. Basically, the effects on endocrine system, your hormonal system. There were no clear toxicological benefits of these compounds compared with the conventional plastics, and the raw materials for bioplastics were generally less likely to show toxicity than the final products. Now, another product of bioeconomy is biofuel. The conversion of solid fuels, including wood, crop residues, and dung, excrement of animals, manure, is a major source of household air pollution that causes 1.8 million or more deaths a year. In India, a considerable program is underway to replace these solid fuels with liquefied petroleum gas. Biomethane is an alternative. Biomethane offers a renewable alternative that, according to emerging evidence from a study in rural India, when compared with traditional stoves, reduce firewood use, household air pollution, and hospital visit for respiratory illness. Protection of biodiversity is an important parameter to sustain bioeconomy. For example, nature-based solutions are increasingly advocated to address climate change adaptation and mitigation, with the potential to contribute to other environmental goals such as protection of biodiversity. There are potential mental and physical health benefits from an increased amount of green space in cities, such as mangroves, wetland. Restoration can contribute to flood protection. In the Brazilian Amazon, forest protection can reduce exposure to air pollution from fires, malaria, and diarrheal diseases. So protection of biodiversity is also an important parameter to secure or rescue our bioeconomy. The challenges faced and what are the challenges faced by Pakistan in bioeconomy? Pakistan has a bioeconomy worth 1.6% of GDP, but it is almost completely dependent on genetically modified crops, that is BT cotton. Energy, health, and industry sectors have hardly benefited from the millions of dollars invested in higher education. This is an alarming state, but at the same time provides a sustainable opportunity. What is BT cotton? All of you know about it. BT cotton is not a biotechnology cotton. It's a plant contain one or more foreign genes derived from the soil-dwelling bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis, Thus, they are transgenic plants. On the name of Bacillus thuringiensis, this is called BT cotton. The insertion of the gene from Bacillus thuringiensis causes cotton plant cells to produce crystal insecticidal protein, often referred to as cryoproteins. Okay, this BT cotton contains insecticidal properties. The serious dearth of data and knowledge regarding both our national capacity when it comes to cutting edge areas of biotechnology like synthetic biology, computational biology, and others. Market opportunities in different areas, including health, agriculture, pharma, livestock, energy, and the chemical industries. With the rapid pace of technological development in the life sciences, there is a need to be renewed emphasis on sustainable production and exploitation of biological resources that allows to produce more from less and even from waste.
Ma'am, कोई issue है?
And kindly allow me to share my screen.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay. In Karachi, several symposium and meetings were held, and they said that bioeconomy and engineering experts highlighted the current status and future potential of Pakistan bioeconomy and discussed multiple factors for the growth and technology upgrade required for the development of Pakistan. It was shared that the Global Food Security Index has created a country-level food security measurement tool that addresses the issues of affordability, availability, quality, and safety in 113 countries around the world. Another summit was held in Pakistan, which was held under the auspices of Pakistan Academy of Engineering, PAE. The experts emphasized the opportunities and challenges associated with bioengineering and technology. They highlight that sustainable production of food, energy, chemicals, and materials is the major challenge facing modern societies and future generation nowadays. It is imperative to constitute Bioeconomy Council of Pakistan in line with the international practice to address the theme in a holistic manner. Joint Center for Bioeconomy, JCB, was launched in 2015 as a collaboration between the Institute of Management Sciences, Peshawar, and the Institute of Integrative Biosciences, SECOS, University, Peshawar. JCB is a dedicated research center that focuses on policy research in science, technology, and innovation. It is a Pakistan first research and policy institute that focuses specifically on the biotechnology industry and its economical and ecological implications for our country. That is basically bioeconomy. Pakistan is a developing country with a rapid growing population, And Pakistan energy demand is increasing, and it now stands at 84 million or MTOE. Currently, the use of fossil fuels dominates Pakistan energy sector. Conversely, indigenous fossil fuel resources are rapidly depleting and will be unable to meet rising energy demand in the future. Now, bioenergy production in Pakistan. Therefore, to withstand its energy needs, the country will need to explore alternative energy production methods. Biomass in Pakistan. Biomass is one of the alternatives that has enormous potential to help Pakistan to combat its growing energy crisis. Current state of energy mix of Pakistan is 121 MT of agriculture residues, 427 million tons of animal manure, and 7.5 million ton or municipal solid waste. It offers a variety of bioenergy options ranging from biofuel to bioelectricity production. Overall, these biomass resources in Pakistan have the potential to generate 20,000 megawatt of bioelectricity and 12,000 million meter cube of biogas annually in Pakistan. Though these resources hold promising potential for bioenergy production in the country, however, there are some critical challenges that need to be considered, and some of which are extremely difficult to overcome for a developing country like Pakistan. There is a need to provide a useful basis for biomass management and utilization in Pakistan to harvest eco-friendly and sustainable green energy locally. This is the biomass resources of Pakistan. As I already told you, the annual production of agriculture residues, animal waste, and municipal waste. If we manage biomass conversion technologies, we can generate bioelectricity and biogas. This is all about the policies and need of technologies to utilize our bioconversion technologies for economic development and sustainable development of Pakistan. Now, here is a brief that what we are doing towards bioeconomy in our institute to promote different areas of bioeconomy. In health sector, we are generating natural alternatives. We are producing which can be used as an alternative therapeutics. Some of them are antibacterial and some are anti-cancer in their potential. Development of antibacterial nanocarriers that can be used for the drug delivery system, for the efficient drug delivery system. In food, we involved in the production of natural food preservatives, basically bacteriocins that will act as a natural food preservative to preserve your food samples, and the biosynthesis of different enzymes and polymers that can be utilized in food production. I think my net is disconnecting, or there is some problem from your side. Okay, I'm sharing my presentation. Okay, this is how we are working at KIBGE in different sectors to facilitate towards bioeconomy. This is all about running projects, and I think it is a first step towards bioeconomy. In future, we have some other projects in our mind using industrial use of renewable resources for the production of biofuels, biodiesels, using algal biomass and other agriculture waste. With this, we come to the end of this presentation and this overall for health and development of different bioeconomy products, technologies, economy framework.
So,
Dr. Samia, I think, want to ask.
Tools for the researchers to what are the future challenges of our country, and biotechnology is a very good platform and a good technology to solve the majority of problems. I'm last 4 years working on this technology. We developed a certain good things for best to the beneficially product. Recently, I completed one project to develop the one chemical for industrial grade chemical is very cheapest rate and garbage of the our common crop. So it is a good news for all biotechnologies. The industries, pharma industry, develop the industrial scale biofermenter in Karachi and different area. Now we move to the pharma industry, to the biotechnology industry. So we share the good knowledge, and we also member ambassador of the DICE Foundation. DICE Foundation arranged one international competition in Pakistan, in Dow University of Health Sciences collaboration. You come in any project to present the prototype and win the competition, and then you connect to the industry. And in Karachi, 7 fermenters are available to develop the certain products. So it is a good initiative we share to our biotechnologists. And secondly, we need to develop the one research group. The industries come in here, so we need to develop some research group to connect some researchers to industry and develop what are the real need that time of Pakistan and that time of industry. So first you design the proposal and collaboration. We discuss to the industry what you need and what is the ability to we are the produce. And the food shortage is also a big problem of our country in last 5 decades. It is to the climate changing and other technical issues. So these are the focus area. So firstly, develop the one research group to connect the all common interest people. Then our platform is provide to share to the researcher to the industry collaboration and how can win I'm also a DICE winner and collaborate to the one industry, and anyone share to how can contact to the industry, I will provide the guidance. So it is the contribution for you, and you join the all biotechnologies in one webinar. We share the comments what is in a real scenario in biotechnology grow in Pakistan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samaya, for sharing this information. Dr. Asma Ansari, I wanted to ask one question. अगर हम बात करते हैं बायो इकोनॉमी में, तो हम इसमें नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को अपने यूज कर रहे हैं, विच इज फॉरेस्ट्री एंड फिशरीज. सो एकदम लाइक आफ्टर सम टाइम हमें एक डिप्लीशन को फेस करना पड़ेगा, विच इज डिप्लीशन ऑफ नेचर. लाइक हमारे पास फॉरेस्ट्री खत्म होने की तरफ चली जाएगी, या हमारी फिशरीज जो है, हमारी नेचर बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टर्ब होगी इस चीज से. तो इसका ओवरकम क्या हो सकता है?
अगर आप फिशरी को हम एज ए फूड प्रोडक्ट यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए ऑल्टरनेटिव फूड प्रोडक्ट्स हैं कि हम अपने जो फॉसिल फ्यूल्स हैं हमारे, और जितने भी रिसोर्सेज हैं हमारे, हमने उनको सेव करना है और प्रिजर्व करना है. तो उसके लिए ये है कि अगर जिन कंट्रीज में फूड रिक्वायरमेंट ज्यादा है, जैसे हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा एनिमल फूड पे रिलाई करते हैं एज कम्पेयर टू प्लांट फूड्स, तो देयर आर सम अदर ऑल्टरनेटिव्स टू. यू हैव टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज योर फूड रिक्वायरमेंट. जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दी कि अगर शुगर कंजप्शन हम कम कर देंगे तो उससे बायोएथेनॉल प्रोडक्शन हो जाएगी. ठीक है, शुगर इज अ वाइट पॉइजन. ठीक है, यू कैन रिड्यूस, यू कैन कट डाउन योर शुगर कंजप्शन, you can change your habits. Similarly, if we can change animal requirement, we can move to the alternatives such as mycoproteins, some algae sources, and all this. So we can cut down all these things.
Okay, thank you so much.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम.
जी मैम, माय नेम इज राशिद, स्टूडेंट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, बैच 1, 7th सेमेस्टर. मैम, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के अलावा भी कोई फील्ड ऐसी है जिसमें हम बायो इकोनॉमी को यूज कर सकते हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, जैसे कि मैंने अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन में बताया कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज नॉट ओनली की इनेबलिंग टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर बायोइकोनॉमी. ठीक है, for development of sustainable bioeconomy, we have to work on different professionals too. For example, that we people are engineers, we have to involve the engineers too. IEEE group, I thought that they are from the engineering side. We have to involve economists, we have to involve mathematicians, we have to involve statisticians and different other fields too for the sustainable development of bioeconomy. And biotechnology is a versatile field, and you can see that biotechnology also connect other fields too. If you are a microbiologist, I am basically a microbiologist. Okay? If you are a microbiologist, you can work for bioeconomy and for biotechnology too. If you are a botanist or a zoologist, you can give your input to these fields too. So it's not restricted to biotechnology. If you are a biotechnologist, then it's not restricted that you are. It's all your responsibility. It's not only the responsibility of biotechnologists to work for bioeconomy. We can also collaborate with other fields too.
Anyone else? डॉक्टर अस्मा, मुझे एक क्वेश्चन करना था कि हमने डिस्कस किया था लीनियर इकोनॉमी एंड वर्सेस सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी. तो ये क्या रीजन है कि हमारी लीनियर इकोनॉमी जो है वो वापस से रिसाइकिल नहीं हो?
अगर आप इस तरह की प्रोडक्ट्स पे काम करते हैं या इस तरह के रिसोर्सेज यूज करते हैं जो रिसाइकिल हो सके, या आपकी रिसाइकलिंग मैनेजमेंट बहुत स्ट्रांग है, ठीक है, इसमें मैं ये सजेस्ट करूंगी कि इसमें इंडस्ट्रीज की इन्वॉल्वमेंट जरूरी है. ठीक है, अकेडमिया एक हद तक काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसमें इंडस्ट्रीज अगर हमारी इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो रही है, स्टेक होल्डर्स इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो रहे, या गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर्स हम लार्जर प्लान्स पे काम नहीं करेंगे, तो हम अपनी रिसोर्सेज को रीयूज नहीं कर सकेंगे. तो वो फिर सिर्फ एक लीनियर इकोनॉमी ही रहेगी जो चीजें टेक, use and dispose. It is basically a concept of linear economy, but we have to recycle these sources for a circular economy. So we have to involve, we have to work on science diplomacy too. For this, we have to involve industry academia platform that will connect to the government sectors or stakeholders for a circular bioeconomy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Asma, for your presence. Now I would like to invite our IEEE chairperson, Ms. Patul Khan.
Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible?
Walaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, can you tell me if I'm audible?
Yes, we can hear you, Batul.
First of all, thank you, Dr. Asma, for this very educational session. We appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule and being with us today. I would also like to thank Mr. Mumtaz, the chairperson of IEEE Young Professionals, for this collaboration between our institutes. Our student branch counselor, Engineer Ashfaq, who wishes he could be here, but he had to leave to attend to his lectures. But I would like to thank all of you, especially our audience, for your cooperation and your insightful questions. And we hope to keep more sessions like this to increase knowledge in more fields of science and engineering. So have a good day. Thank you very much. And back to Sharon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Shayan.
Okay. Thank you so much for your words, Ms. Batul, and thank you to all of you for being a cooperative and attentive audience. Have a great day, everyone, and Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.